So what colors I'm using today are Gold Digger. This is a Moonshine Metallics from Dixie Belle. Then there is Coffee Bean. This is a very dark brown. And we have Sawmill Gravy and Driftwood. So I have 2 cups here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in some Coffee Bean first in this cup.
Hi from Michigan.
So some Coffee Bean, like you can see the quantity there. Now it's a chalk paint we are using for paint pour, so you see it's thick. For paint pour we need it as a to be a consistency of acrylic paint. So I'm going to pour some water and thin it out. I could have done this before the live, but I wanted to show you the entire process, and that's why I am mixing up the paints. So if you decide to do the paint pour with chalk paints or any paints you have on your hand, you just have to follow these steps and make your paint. Okay, so this is more thin. I'm going to put in some more paint in here and mix it. So why I am thinning it out is I will be using a blow dryer to move the paints around on this nightstand, and I want it to be not too thick. So yes, I like this consistency. Do you see how thin it is? So this is what you need on your, this is the consistency, very runny but still watery, and it'll dry. It takes around 24 hours to dry. Other nightstand is here. I finished it and it took 24 hours almost. So now I'm gonna be taking some Gold Digger and putting in this mug. This cup, I will just go and put some Gold Digger. So Gold Digger is pretty thin compared to the chalk paint because it's a metallic paint. So I put Gold Digger in here. Now what I'm gonna do is, I need a spoon. So I will take some Sawmill Gravy because I don't want it to be gold. The base is gray and it's too gold. So I'm going to put 1 spoon of, and you see the Gold Digger, it's diluting and it's becoming more whiter and lighter. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in some water in this and stir it. If you don't want to mix paint, it's totally up to you. You can just make a separate cup for each color, whichever you choose. So once I did this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Driftwood, and it's a thick consistency. So I've thinned this out, that is why. So I'm going to just put it here in this, and I'm going to put this away and we'll start to paint pour now. I move these out and I can see the paint pour, and I will just put in some gold here in the center and not mix it now. I'll just take those spoons out and start dripping the paint. Okay, let's do it. So you need not paint your surface. I started to sand it out that it was a lot of work on this, so that's why I decided to paint. But what I have done here is there is a shrink wrap, you can see, and I covered it entire with a plastic wrap so that when the paint falls down, it will not fall on the nightstand. So if you decide to paint pour, I would suggest you can do it before the paint pour and paint later. So let's do it. Ready? So I'm just pouring the coffee bean mixture here and there, and then I'm going to take my gold and I'm going to be pouring it. Okay, I have some driftwood here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some little bit of driftwood in this cup, mix it, put in some water, and see the consistency is thin, so it's not gonna dry out. So I'm gonna take some driftwood and pour in here. You see it started to show some nice pattern here and there, and I love it. So let's begin. I'm going to put this aside in case we need more paint, and I'm going to take my blow dryer. You can use your heat gun, but this is the blow dryer I'm using. Okay, let's...
Zaina Singh hai.
Huh?
Zaina Workman.
What?
Zaina Workman is saying hi, Uncle. Zaina saying amazing work though.
Thanks, Zaina. I'm going to be using my finger to cover this up and then use the paint pour.